Well, hello everybody and welcome to another Happy Travellers vlog, and today it's more about the medical stuff. As some of you will know if you've been watching, I've been back to the consultant at the hospital to sort out my hearing, and I was worried and concerned that I might have a vestibular schwannoma or neuroma, both the same thing, or a growth on the 8th cranial nerve. Consultant sent me for an MRI scan, magnetic resonance imaging scan, and it's come back, and the only thing they can find wrong is that my brain is shrinking. Yep, my brain is getting smaller. Apparently that's quite normal for a man over 50 years old, which I am, so no need to worry. It's all normal. Wendy did ask, is he getting Alzheimer's? The consultant felt a little bit uncomfortable, but assured us that actually there were no signs of that. Very, very luckily, I'm really glad about that. But there was just that little bit of shrinkage in the brain, sort of marking across the brain. He did say that the asymmetric hearing, I'm less deaf in my right ear than I am in my left, is down to eustachian tube dysfunction. Now, that's where all this started, because I went to my GP. Well, let's take you back a little bit. I went to my GP maybe 10 to 15 years ago and said, look, I've got hearing loss in my right ear. It really feels blocked up. And he said, well, you've got eustachian tube dysfunction, which means there's a little air flow tube that runs from your ear to the back of your throat, that allows the sound to resonate properly. And he said, at the moment, there really is nothing we can do about that. We, might be infected, so broad spectrum antibiotic penicillin, that sort of didn't really help. Had a bit of an allergy test, see if I was allergic to anything. Nothing there. And well, over years, it sort of got better, got worse, got better, got worse. And it was always better if I did the equalization thing, like hold your nose and blow down your nose, and that sort of makes your ears pop. Well, that is apparently, it's called equalizing, and it opens up the eustachian tube and sort of, makes it all work a bit better. And that is still the case. It's not so great these days. It doesn't clear, and especially not because it's moved from my right ear across to my left, and now I've got like really significant hearing loss in my left ear, which the consultant said, look, hearing aids is the thing, so let's get you some hearing aids. I've been sort of expecting them to sort of give me hearing aids for the last 3 months. So we've got to wait for that to happen. I'm going to try and short-circuit that, try and shortcut that, because we're going away on holiday for an extended period, and I don't want to be sort of permanently over that holiday period deaf. So we're going to try and get, well, I'm supposed to be getting a letter from the consultant tomorrow confirming that I do need hearing aids in both ears. If I can get the local Specsavers to accept that letter, get me booked in and get it done this week, only a couple of days left of this week, that'll be great. If not, I'll have to wait until April to, well, when I'm back in the UK, so I'll have to really arrange everything around the NHS hospital. So I won't be going to Specsavers, I'll be going to the hospital. So what I'm trying to do is maybe have Specsavers do the NHS hearing aids on Friday or early Saturday morning. So I'm hoping that can get done. I'm really not holding out much hope for that, but I'm optimistic. And maybe there'll be a bit of a luck thing, and the shop will take the letter and say, oh yeah, we've got hearing aids on the shelf, there you go, pop them in. How's that working? I'm hoping that's how it works. But there you are. No schwannomas, no neuromas, no real bad things going on. Hearing nerve damage because of age and very noisy working environments that I've been in during my working life, especially in the printing and print finishing trades. They can be extraordinarily noisy, and I started working in those in the 1970s, where ear defenders were seen as if you want them you can have them, but not everybody wears them and you might look a bit weird. They were that sort of thing. These days you wouldn't be allowed in without hearing ear defenders. It'd just be a health and safety no-no, because it causes hearing nerve damage. But there you are. We're really, really, keeping our fingers crossed and hoping that the hearing aids can get sorted before we go away. The other thing, Eustachian tube dysfunction can be treated with a small, he said, non-invasive surgery. I sort of know what he means, because what they do is they go in through the mouth with a little tiny balloon, not a party balloon, but they go in through the mouth with a little stick and a balloon, stick that balloon up into the Eustachian tube. So that's the sort of supposed to be a clear airway between your ear and your throat, and then they expand that balloon, loosening off all the sort of mucus that builds up in the Eustachian tube. Then it's like having your ears popped through equalization by sticking balloons up your nose, sort of. Anyway, so that's and he said, look, you can have that done, but if you can cope with it with the hearing aids, probably not. You're probably better off not having that done, because even though it's quotes non-invasive, like they're not cutting you, they're still sort of jamming stuff down your throat. I'm never great, I'm the worst sort of dentistry patient because my gag reflex is super acute. I've managed to, there was once I nearly choked to death on my Sunday lunch. And no one really noticed. I was having to really resuscitate myself almost because of my gag reflex and all the stuff that's going on back there, which is, I always feel blocked up. But there you are. But that's all the good news, and it is all good news from the hospital today. So I'd like to say a massive big thank you to Celia and Robin for your advice and help and reassurance, because they know something about vestibular schwannomas. So there you go. That's me for today. If you have enjoyed this medical edition of the Happy Travellers vlog, please give us a thumbs up. And if you want to follow us as we travel around the UK and Europe, living full time in our motorhome, and I promise that you will get to see all of our journeys going down to Spain over the next few weeks. Lots of scenery to come up where we stop, take photographs, do a bit of video and talk to you guys. You will get to see that. If you want to follow us on that journey, click the subscribe button just down there. And if you want to get reminders for every time we upload new content so that you don't miss any, click the bell icon. And don't forget, if you've got any questions or comments or suggestions, and we love them all, even those ones that are maybe a bit silly at times, put those down in the comments below so that we can interact as a community all together. And yeah, I'm going to say goodbye for now, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.